Close your eyes now, and let your mind drift back to a quieter time, when the world moved at the pace of a horse's steady gait, and the countryside stretched out in endless waves of green and gold. Tonight, we follow the worn leather journal of a wandering night-nut, one of great battles, but of small moments, forgotten roads, and the gentle rhythm of life under an open sky. Breathe deeply. Imagine the scent of damp earth after a morning rain, the distant lowing of cattle, the creak of saddle leather as our night rides on, and as the fire crackles softly nearby. Let this story carry you into peaceful rest. The night wakes before the sun, his breath a faint mist in the cool morning air. His horse, a sturdy chestnut mare, stamps softly, eager to move. The road ahead is little more than a dirt track, winding through fields still silver with dew. Farmers are already out, their scythes flashing in the first golden light as they cut hay for the winter stores. In the distance, a village stirs wood smoke curling from thatched roofs, the clang of a blacksmith's hammer ringing like a slow, steady bell. The night passes a shepherd guiding his flock, the sheep bleating softly as they fan out across the common land. The shepherd nods a silent greeting and the night returns it. No need for words this early. By midday, the road dips into a shallow valley where a stream glints between smooth stones. The knight dismounts, letting his horse drink while he unpacks a simple meal. Coarse brown bread, a wedge of sharp cheese, a few dried apples. He watches the water ripple, carrying fallen leaves like tiny ships downstream. Somewhere, a woodpecker taps lazily at an old oak. As evening falls, the knight approaches a village. The houses here are timber-framed, their walls plastered with wattle and daub, their roofs thick with moss. Children chase each other through the lanes, their laughter bouncing off the cobbles. An old woman sits spinning wool outside her door, her fingers moving in a rhythm as old as time. The village inn is a low, smoky building, its sign a painted wooden hair swaying gently in the breeze. Inside, the air is warm with the scent of stew, onions, barley, and a shred of salted pork. The knight trades a few coins for a bowl and a mug of weak ale, joining a table of carters swapping stories of flooded roads and the price of wheat. Later, as the fire burns low, a traveling minstrel tunes his lute. His song is slow a ballad of a lady waiting by a tower, her love gone to sea. The knight listens, his eyes heavy. The candlelight flickers on the rough-hewn beams overhead, and for a moment he is not a warrior, but just another weary traveler, lulled by the hum of voices and the soft strum of strings. The next morning, the knight rides through fields ripe with grain. The harvest is underway, men and women bend in rows, their sickles sweeping in steady arcs. Behind them, children bundle the stalks, while oxen drag a wooden sled to carry the sheaves. The air is thick with the smell of cut wheat and the hum of bees drunk on late summer blooms. At the edge of the field, a group rests beneath a spreading elm. They offer the knight a drink from their shared jug water mixed with a splash of cider, tart and refreshing. One farmer, his face lined from years of sun, points to the horizon. "Storm coming," he murmurs. The knight thanks him and rides on, watching the purple clouds gather like folded wool. By afternoon, the rain begins soft at first, then steady. The knight shelters in a barn, its rafters stacked with hay. The scent is sweet, earthy. A cat dozes nearby, twitching its ears at the drumming on the roof. He writes in his journal by dim light, the words flowing as lazily as the rain outside. Pour steady rainfall, occasional thunder rumble, cat purring. The rain passes, leaving the world washed clean. The knight takes a lesser-used path, where the trees arch overhead like the vaults of a cathedral. Ferns unfurl at the roadside, and mushrooms some red as rubies dot the rotting logs. A fox darts across the way, pausing to glance back with bright, curious eyes. Here, the land feels older. Moss-grown standing stones mark a forgotten shrine, their carvings worn smooth by centuries of wind. The knight touches one, wondering who last knelt here. A pilgrim? A lost child? The stones do not answer, but the breeze sighs through the leaves, carrying the faintest whisper of voices long gone. As twilight deepens, fireflies rise from the grass, their tiny lights flickering like stars come down to earth. The knight makes camp beneath an ancient yew, its branches twisted into shapes that hint at faces, at stories untold. He sleeps without a fire, lulled by the hum of night insects and the slow, steady breath of the forest. The night's journey never truly ends and pauses, like the turning of a page. But tonight, let us leave him here, under the watchful boughs of the yew tree, his horse grazing quietly nearby. The stars wheel overhead, the same stars that guided travelers 1,000 years ago, and will guide them 1,000 years hence. Breathe deeply. Let the images fade like embers in a dying fire. The rustle of leaves becomes the rustle of your sheets. The distant owl's call melts into the quiet of your room, and as the night's eyes close, so too can yours, drifting now into gentle, dreamless sleep.